As we all know, Aughra was created by Thra itself, a true child of nature who was a part of and connected to every living thing on the planet. And upon her son Roundup's arrival to that planet by way of a meteorite, her attention shifted skyward, prompting her to use her earthly powers to begin to track the movement of the suns, by which she discovered the Great Conjunction. And upon the Great Conjunction, the Skeks arrived on Thra, with Aughra there to greet them, proclaiming themselves to be ambassadors and lightbringers. And indeed they were, for it was through them that Aughra further solidified her truth and pursuit of knowledge, with the Skeks even going so far as to build her the great observatory that we see today. But there was one Skek who she became particularly close with, and that was SkekTek, who would later become the famous scientist and his counterpart. It was SkekTek who actually was the heaviest contributor to her research, aiding her in everything she needed to understand the knowledge of the universe. However, when the next Great Conjunction finally came, and the Skeks split into the Skeksis and the Uru, all of the knowledge that she had attained began to slip away from her. As the light of the Skeks faded, so did her learning. Everything she had absorbed from her teachers was slowly beginning to be lost, along with her memories. Yet much later in her life, she actually became well acquainted with the Skeksis, believing them to be benevolent rulers and good-hearted beings who had come to love and protect the crystal. Through this, she rekindled her relationship with SkekTek, who continued to teach her a great many things about the universe, science, and the planet. And yet the question remains, what would have happened if she had never developed this relationship with the scientist? Of course, we all know that Aughra already had the ability to create things like the first tree of life, which she could use to chart the stars, but her understanding of everything came only through the scientist. So, what would Aughra have been like without him? Now, you could argue that she may have just learned from the others, but no one was as knowledgeable as the scientist, so it's safe to say that her wisdom may have been much more limited, and through this limited wisdom, her relationship with the Gelfling would have changed, perhaps even causing them to develop much more on their own, perhaps even changing their viewpoint that Aughra was a person to be revered. And because of that, Aughra would become just another simple denizen of the planet, the weird witch who confined herself to the observatory, lost in her studies, forever seeking that knowledge that she would have attained from SkekTek. And, just as she had neglected her son Roundnip for the Skeks, she would then begin to neglect the entire planet and all of its life, staying lost on her journey through the stars. If she could not cure this insatiable hunger for knowledge that she would have had with SkekTek's friendship, she would have to find it elsewhere, and who knows how long that would take. Would she ever wake up from her slumber, fully trusting the Skeksis and loosening her relationship with the Gelfling? What cause would she have to wake and change things? Would she sense the danger? Or would she even care at all? And this is precisely why her relationship with SkekTek was so vital, for without it, she may have never found a grounded scientific sense of reality and understanding provided by the scientist's wisdom, and because of that, her pursuit of knowledge would never end. It would consume her, at the expense of her relationship with Thra and all its people. When you think about it, Aughra the mad scientist is quite the frightening notion, and the impact that that could have on Thra is terrifying. With Aughra falling away from the picture, the Gelfling would be left on their own to serve the Lords of the Crystal until their dying days, until the entire population was no more. No revolution, no awakening, no heroes or wars, only eternal service to the Skeksis, which would have prevented the rejoining and chained the Gelfling to their existence serving devils for as long as the Skeksis survived. A lost civilization, doomed to fail and perish. So now it's time to turn this awesome conversation over to all of you. What do you guys think? What would have happened if Aughra had never befriended SkekTek and learned all of that knowledge and wisdom? Leave all of your ideas, thoughts, opinions, and notions down below in the Great White Void, and I'll see you guys back here for the next video very soon. And a very special thanks to Michael Valentine for the idea behind this video. As always, until next we meet, take care, and I see you guys back here very soon. For Thra, for Jim, forever.